Are back, King and I Life podcast. Me, Soul Touch Support, and my brother.
Son Soul Lex.
Yo, we're gonna be chopping up about Black History Month, and I know this conversation is gonna go down a winding road, but we gonna try to. Hey, it's just a conversation, so we just go at it.
Yeah.
Wherever it goes. But the base of this is Black History Month, and of course, it branches off into a whole bunch of lot of thoughts, feelings, and theories, and so on and so forth. But hey, you know how to get at us, so we're gonna get right back into it. So, what were you saying before we took that little break?
I was just simply saying that other cultures have contributed to our society, but yet and still some of them don't get a celebration month. And I'm just curious to know why.
All right, my theory, because
Okay.
again, I wasn't back there when Carter G. Woodson and I can't remember who else, when Carter G. Woodson decided to, hey, we need celebrate our people. Um I'm gonna look at it like this, and this is just my thought. If you look at what we classify as white people or Caucasians,
Mm-hmm.
their claim to fame from a historical standpoint would be, hey, we discovered this country. We conquered a new land. We settled this. We did this. We did that. I don't. When you look at it from that point of view, they don't need a goddamn month, because if you look at it from that aspect of it, they found the new world. Why do they need a month? I mean,
There were some trailblazers of one day.
it was some trailblazers, and they get their props, like Lewis and Clark. They get their props. Who else? Davy Crockett gets his props. General Custer gets his props. The Jokers at the Alamo, they get their props. Hell, John Wayne gets his props. Elvis gets his props. Hell, Elvis has every goddamn day. But on the real, when I look at it like that, if you look at the advancements that our people have contributed to this country, they have been great in comparison to a lot of things that have been brought forth. A lot of the inventions of our people, or inventions and accomplishments that our people have made, have changed the course of this nation drastically. And it can't be understated in any way. I, yes, a lot of other, cultures, races, or whatever have contributed greatly. But if like the traffic light, for one thing, the cotton gin, everything that Booker T. Washington invented, it's, to me, it just pales in comparison.
So the traffic light, right? Let's
Mm-hmm.
take that for example. The man who actually invented that, he died broke, right?
Mm-hmm.
So still to this day, this man invention is getting paid, or someone's getting paid off of his invention. The refrigerator that's in all of our homes, the man who invented that, same situation, died damn
Mm-hmm.
near broke. So the thing that I'm getting at, we made all these contributions, but how is it that for the majority, the inventors are stone goddamn broke, or Only thing we know about them is their name and what they invented. Like the traffic light alone is on pretty much every damn continent in this world that's supposed to be civilized. So you want us to be grateful for a month when everything we've contributed, not only to this nation, but to the world, we're supposed to be satisfied with that because you gave us a month. Huh. It's almost laughable because
When you,
here's my thing, right?
uh-huh.
So the first thing Joe Biden does when he gets in office is he gives, uh, and not picking on a certain group of people, but um, let's say people across the water. He writes a bill that says, you know, if you attack these people, um, you're gonna get a heavy damn sentence, or you know, whatever the fuck he gave them.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Meaning, if you hurt one of these people, then your ass is going to jail. In essence.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been going through all this BS for how many years? And this motherfucker ain't write no bill for us? Hmm. Now that's just something to think about. We've been going through so much for so many years as a group of people, and he basically comes in and says, "We're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. We're gonna make your lives better." But the first thing you do is you do something for someone other than us. And then you give us this little bullshit ass so-called holiday. One day, wow, I'm impressed.
What holiday did he give us?
Was it Juneteenth?
That happened under Trump,
I don't think so.
if I remember correct. I don't quote me on that. Don't
But
quote me
I'm
on
saying that to say when you come talking about well, give them a month as recognition for all the things they've done. Why don't you give everybody a month? We're not the only ones that contributed, right?
that. So, my first question for you is,
All right.
you said the only thing that we know about these inventors is their name and what they invented. Um, but I guess my question is, whose responsibility is it for us to know more about those people?
It's our responsibility.
Okay. Because if we don't care to look up or research the accomplishments of our people, that's our fault. That's nobody else's fault. We can't blame nobody else for that. Um, because it's our responsibility to uphold our own history. It's our responsibility. And and that is an issue that I have personally with my family and all of our families, because it's not their job to document our history, it's ours. It has been our responsibility ever since we had the means to document our history and share our history and pass it down from generation to generation. Again, like I said, I only know one grandparent, and that's my mother's mother. I don't know any other grandparent. So, whose fault is that? That's my mother's fault. That's my family's fault. And you take that back generation, generation, and generation, and you say, Don't you find it strange that they can document their history, but we can't? No, I don't find it strange. Look at the bullshit that we have handed to us in our generation. I can't go far back in my family, so I can't document too much history. You and I probably have important people in our bloodline, but we will never know because nobody gave two shits about passing these stories down. I have a problem with that more than people saying, oh, y'all are black, y'all are African American. I have a bigger problem with that because that directly links us to our past.
So let me ask you this then. With census, right? You know, they've been taking census for quite some time now.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly, we can find out more about our history by going through census, meaning going back to your birthplace or the place that your parents may have been born and going through census. But here's my thing. Even with census records, right? Supposedly, you know, courthouse fire happened and all the supposedly black people, y'all shit got burned up. Y'all shit got burned up, but everybody else got their shit. So, you know, boo-hoo. I just find it, again, I have nothing but contempt for this so-called system and telling us that we are someone other than who they truly know who we are. If you go back to, and I know you hate Trump, but there was a news, no, let me take this back. There was a Senate hearing where this man was basically brought in front of this panel, and they were asking him about his business dealings. And you can look it up; it's still on the web somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But they were asking him about basically Indians,
Mm-hmm.
and he flat out told them, "Those don't look like Indians to me." Do they look like Indians to you?
I wouldn't take his word for shit. He's a jackass. He's a damn dingbat. He's the same person. He's the same person that said put bleach in your body to get rid of COVID. Come on, are you serious right now? Come on, man. Come on now. Him of all people.
So you're looking at the messenger. You're not looking at the message.
I cannot accept the message from that messenger when he has said so much felonious BS. Like, seriously.
I'm not a Trump fan.
I'm not a Trump fan either. I don't hate the dude, but if I listen to all of the stuff that he says and 3/4 of it is BS, if he say, oh, they don't look like Indians, I'm not going to take him seriously. He can barely manage his life.
But yeah, still he became president.
That's because that's the way people wanted to vote or whatever the case may be. That has nothing to do with him saying, oh, they don't look Indian. Do you know where Trump's family is from?
As far as I know, New York, somewhere around there.
No, his family is German. They are German Americans.
Oh, okay.
They can trace their family back. So when you talk about, I've never heard of tracing your family back through the census. I've never looked into that, never researched it or whatever the case may be. And you mentioned several times in other podcasts about